It's time for Wolverine football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Wolverine football is also brought to you by the Triangle Barn Grill, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, Bush Brothers Car Care, The Barbers Inn in Swissvale, A-Boss Opticians, Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Club, Web Landings, and LG3 Entertainment. Now it's time for the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show.
And we welcome you to Joe D. McKellar Stadium in Imperial. An important matchup tonight in the Allegheny 9 Conference, as Woodland Hills gets set to take on West Allegheny. Woodland Hills comes in with a record of 5-3 overall. They're 5-1 in the conference. West Allegheny 6-1 overall. The Indians are 5-1 in the conference alongside Rick McIntyre, Bob Workwis on the MSA Sports Network, Triple Live Sports Network, the Woodland Hills Football Network. Woodland Hills will get the ball first. It's a pooch kick short. Good job to get back there over his shoulder and grabbed up by Christopher Taylor, or Christopher Jones is going the other way. Good return up the far sideline. As they kick it short, he gets all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Quite a change from, I think, one of the first couple plays we saw of the year here was a very similar run from Gateway, running it back against Woodland Hills at home. It's nice to see Woodland Hills start the game out with a really strong special teams performance there. You know, set it up, looks like about the 11-yard line here. So they will have a chance to get a first down if they can't get it into the end zone here.
They're respecting the deep men of Woodland Hills, and Christopher Jones did a great job to get that over the shoulder. Takes it all the way to the West Allegheny 11-yard line. They're going to call this first and goal, I believe.
That looks like maybe an illegal procedure on that play. You're going to set it back a little bit. It's going to be first and goal probably from the 15 here for Woodland Hills. All right, they're coming up to the ball here. Looks like about first and 15 to start the drive out.
First and goal from the 15 for Woodland Hills. They're going to throw. Jones drops back a slant to the near side. He tries to hit the post pattern, the skinny post actually, to Nazir Taylor. It was broken up. That was Isaiah Crow on the defense for West Allegheny.
Made a nice play there to come up and didn't get there too early. Got his hands on the ball. Just didn't quite let him get his grip on it.
Taylor ran it down and in near the 7-yard line. Second and goal 15 for Woodland Hills. Anthony Meredith up. They got breaking tackles at the 10. He got through a tackler, stumbles forward. He's inside the 5, maybe at the 5. So that's a pickup of 10. It'll be third and goal from the 5 for Woodland Hills.
Yeah, I like seeing number 5 in there with these, with the short yardage or with the short field ahead of him. He's kind of the more of that north-south runner. And when you're down this close to the goal line, you want that kind of power style running. He took a nice big hit at the end of that play as well. 5 touchdowns on the season for Meredith. The low man in the backfield trying to get number 6. He has stood up as he gets near the goal line, and a good stand by West Allegheny. It'll be about 2 yards short. He gets 3. It's going to be fourth and goal at the 2. So that penalty that started this drive kind of changed the complexion. It looked like Delevade came up and made a nice hit right there in the hole and stood him up. He had a little bit of leverage. They always say pads under pads always wins. Was shaping up to be a nice, maybe a touchdown run there. It was thwarted quickly by a nice tackle.
Delevade made the stop. He's headed to Duquesne. Will Weber, who was injured, is expected back tonight for West Allegheny. Handoff on 4th down. Stutter step, and Meredith can't get it. He tries to cut to the opposite side, and he is dropped there. Nice job defensively by Bryce Manley. And Manley got some help by Kyle Guilfoyle. And the Wolverines are stymied. 1st and goal from the 10, and they turn the ball over on downs at the West A 5-yard line.
There was just penetration there immediately coming off that left side there. Looked like actually Nico Flatty kind of came in and kicked everything outside there, and there was just no blocking, no protection out there.
What Flatty did was he kind of got Meredith off balance, and that
exactly.
Everything went awry on the play after that. So West Allegheny gets their first possession at their own 5, and they will run Wildcat and more Wildcat. 4 guys, sometimes 5 players will line up in the quarterback position. And they start at their own 5-yard line. They will direct snap it. It is Will Weber who's returned, and Weber comes around the near sideline. He gets over the 15, over the 20. Weber, who missed some time with an ankle injury, gets them a lot of breathing room. And a 1st down as he is dropped near the 23-yard line. That's a pickup of 18 for Will Weber.
Nice hustle there by Jaden Lucas to get kind of the hand on the back of the jersey there and bring him down. He was really close to breaking it up that left sideline. Coming to this game, watching the film on West Allegheny, they're an extremely strong running team. They're not all that big up front. Talking to some of the coaches, they're probably the smallest we've faced up front, but they say they're pound for pound probably the strongest. So it's going to be an interesting matchup for this defensive line.
Weber in the Wildcat sidecar to the near side is Totkus on 1st and 10 from the Indians' own 23-yard line. Weber will run opposite this side, right, cuts it up the middle. He's going to put his shoulders down, gets near the 30. They'll give him the 30. Weber is the leading rusher, even though he missed several games on the season for West Allegheny. With 460 yards, he picks up 7, 2nd and 3 out to the 30.
Pretty nice job there by the West Allegheny offensive line. Looked like they had a little bit of an audible right before the ball was snapped. Changed up the blocking scheme a little bit. I guess they kind of saw what Woodland Hills was doing. They didn't come out and blow anybody off the ball, but they just got in the way enough to open the hole up and get them a nice gain on 1st down.
Weber again will line up in the Wildcat. They'll send a man in motion. Nico Flatty fakes the handoff, cuts around a man on the near side. He's going to get 1st down yardage. Get away from Joshua Rawlings. Gets up to the 36 where he's dropped by Michael Coleman. But a good job to avoid the initial pressure by Weber. He's carried every play of this drive, and another 1st down for the Indians out to their own 38.
Yeah, Eric Oliver kind of committed the cardinal sin there at the defensive end, outside linebacker. Bit all the way inside on the, didn't respect the quarterback coming off the fake. That kind of opened up that outside edge.
Weber will get a break after carrying on the first 3 plays from scrimmage offensively for the Indians. And they will go with Tyler Gallant at the Wildcat, power Wildcat, with 2 fullbacks in front of them to either side, but the Indians are going to be guilty of a pre-snap penalty, and the 1st and 10 is going to become 1st and 15. It's going to move it back to the 33-yard line.
It looked like maybe, is that 51? Spencer Mason kind of popped up there from the left guard position. About 10 minutes early. The quarterback wasn't even under the center, I don't think.
That will bring up a 1st down at 15.
So the ball back to the 33-yard line. We'll see if Gallant stays in at quarterback. It looks like he will. He's in the huddle. Tyler Gallant, the senior. Will Weber's a senior. Nico Flatty, a freshman, will get some direct snaps in this Wildcat. They'll put a man in motion coming to the near side. Mateo Van Dame also got some snaps. Coming to the near side, Gallant, good job to break in from the middle linebacker position by Sidney Summers. He drops Gallant at the 35 for a pickup of 2.
Yeah, Summers gets the credit there in the stat, but Meredith, I think, gets the nod for me anyway. He came flying up on that right side, made a nice read, kept everything from going to the outside like they have been, directed it back inside, and basically led him right into the arms of Sidney Summers, who makes a nice tackle.
Now they bring in Cam Cruz to play quarterback. He's the sophomore. He's one of the true quarterbacks on this team. So let's see if he'll throw the football. They do not throw it. Neither team throws the football a lot in this contest. 2nd and 13. Indians at their own 35. Scoreless 1st quarter. Man in motion goes to the far side. Jake Davis. Cruz will lob it down the middle, and Rodney Denard intercepts it. He's at his own 40, 45. Stutter steps over midfield down the far sideline. Inside the 40, flag is thrown way behind the play. Denard still on his feet, is dropped at the West Allegheny 25-yard line. We'll see what the flag is about, but the defense comes up big for West Allegheny. Welcome back after missing a game to Rodney Denard, Rick.
Yeah, I had a little quick conversation with Rodney right before the game here on the field, and man, he looks healthy. He looks ready to go. Again, last week I think it was kind of a healthy scratch in hockey terms.
A maintenance, if you will. Sideline warning against Woodland Hills, so it is not a penalty. It is the Wolverines football. They're going to be starting from their own, or the West Allegheny 27 after Denard's interception and return.
That's the classic, that we call that the tight end pop. Generally, though, that play goes hand in hand with a play fake to bring that safety up. There was no play fake. He kind of telegraphed that the whole way. Rodney Denard saw it from the snap where that ball was going.
35-yard return for Denard, 1st and 10. Wolverines at the West Allegheny 27. They started their first drive at the West Allegheny 10, actually ended up at the West Allegheny 15. But here's another no-no, another pre-snap penalty. It was 1st and goal from the 10 on the first possession, turned into 1st and goal from the 15. This turns into 1st and 15 against the Woodland Hills, as it takes it back to the 32-yard line. So twice they've started negative on their drives here in this first quarter.
Yeah, the left tackle just getting a little anxious there. You know, this is a big game. It's kind of a playoff atmosphere. You know, nerves are up a little bit. Adrenaline's running. You got to focus.
Man in motion coming to the near side. It's the tight end, Rawlings, and they're going to run this time. Jaquan Smith breaks one tackle but can't get away from the freshman Nico Flatty. And Flatty brings Jaquan Smith down. Actually, he's going to lose 2 yards on that play back to the 34.
Yeah, Jaquan, this defensive line is not big, but again, they are extremely strong and they're fast and they know their assignments. Number 7 there just comes up, stays in his gap, turns everything inside. Jaquan almost breaks that off that left side. But the tackle, the grip on that tackle was just a little too much.
Gallant from a linebacker spot turned it in. Flatty's older brother Dante Flatty's a broken collarbone. Pass to the near side, a flat pattern. Whitehurst has it. He's inside the 30 and slides out of bounds near the 27-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 7. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Nice little pickup there from Jones to Whitehurst. I think that's intended to maybe get a little bit of confidence under number 6 and maybe help spread this defense out a little bit, get some people out of the box, make them respect that, we can throw it to the outside. Because, again, we've said it all year, those flat passes, if you have the right quarterback and the right receiver, it's open all day long.
So it'll be a 3rd and 10 after the 7-yard pickup. First completion of the evening for Daniel Jones, 6:10. Clock turns, first quarter scoreless here at West Allegheny on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Jaquan Smith, low man in the backfield behind Jones. Wide receiver each way, 3-step drop, lob pattern, near side. Whitehurst is there, but it's a little overthrown. Elijah Colliers, I believe, is on the coverage for West Allegheny, and it's incomplete. That's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, it looked a little handsy to me. That was borderline flag worthy here. I'm not sure if we're going to see it on this replay. As the ball's in the air here, you see that the right hand is just on, and it's just enough. I think that's a borderline call.
He didn't grab him, but he did have his right hand out there.
He was definitely, it looked to me like he was impeding his stride and impeding his progress to get to the ball, but I might be a little bit biased for the turquoise and black.
4th and 10. Smith will stay as the low man in the backfield. Twins to the far side with Rochelle and Whitehurst. Looking to the left, Jones now fires a post pattern down the middle, and it's overthrown. It's going to be intercepted, but out of the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. That was actually the better of the 2 alternatives, as picking it off was Noah Ledford. And twice Woodland Hills starts in great field position, and twice they come away with no points. West Allegheny will get their second possession starting at their own 27-yard line.
Not only no points, but really not much in the way of positive yardage out of either possession.
They've got 15 yards in their first 2 series, and that's just offense. You take away the 10 yards of penalties, you're at +5. Yeah, that's not the start you wanted offensively.
No, it isn't. I mean, that kickoff return looked like a nice spark. We get the ball down on the 10-yard line. And this West Allegheny defense, they're serious. They know their assignments. You're not going to catch them making too many mistakes. So this Woodland Hills offensive line's got to really bear down and start bowling them over.
The good news, Rick, coming into tonight, that the destiny for Woodland Hills was in their own hands. You beat West Allegheny, you beat Upper St. Clair, you win the conference championship. The bad news is they're supposedly the two top teams in the conference, and you're on the road for both of those games.
It's a tasty dish in front of you. Win two, but man, that's an expensive meal. You know what I mean? Not many can pull that one off. I think this is a really good matchup tonight. Again, Woodland Hills seems to have the size, up front. West Allegheny maybe has a little bit more of the discipline and a little bit more of the strength and the speed on their up front guys. So I'm really curious to see how this all pans out and how the play calling goes. And this is going to become an interesting chess match between the coaches. Very
similar teams, and they both rely heavily on the run, and they rely on defense, a somewhat undersized defense, but like Woodland Hills, West Allegheny can chase the football as well.
And you're going to see at least 2 or 3 trick plays coming here out of West Allegheny, I'm imagining.
This broadcast on the Woodland Hills Football Network is brought to you by State Senator Jay Costa.
First down 10, West Allegheny.
First and 10 for the Indians at their own 27 after they turn Woodland Hills over on downs once again. Will Weber, direct snap out of the Wildcat. He tries to run right. Does a good job to put his shoulder down, but staying low to make that tackle for the Wolverines was Micah Lucas. It's a 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6 for the Indians.
Yeah, Micah does a nice job here, getting off the ball, staying low, and then just crashing down the line to find his man.
Gain of about 4.
Wraps the ankles, let his other guys come in and clean it up. They still managed to pick up about 4 yards on that. It looked like we kind of had him right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 6 again, the Wildcat. They'll hand it off this time, and jet sweep to Nico Flatty. Goes from near side, far side, from left to right. Good job to snuff that out by Woodland Hills, but it might be enough. It's going to be close to that lead stick. It's going to be maybe a yard short. We'll see where that spot is.
The spot on the side, Judge, looked to me like it was going to be a first down.
It is. Give Flatty 6 and another first down for the West Allegheny Indians. First time we've seen them hand it off to the motion man, the freshman Nico Flatty. Tyler Gallant comes back into play quarterback for the Indians. Ball at the 37. So 1st and 10 for West Allegheny. 4:50 clock turns in the scoreless first quarter. Gallant will try to go into the line of scrimmage and nothing doing. Good read. Micah Lucas once again to stuff that up. Gallant is dropped for a gain of 1. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
Nice job there by the defensive line. Again, they're getting a little bit of penetration. Again, that's Michael Lucas. Again, he's getting up, getting in low, and he's kept his shoulders nice and square. Head up, and you can see the ball coming to him.
Lucas, the senior at 6 foot, 283. Good job to come underneath. They've done a good job of getting underneath, but specifically Will Weber has broken out of some tackles.
But this is a fairly complicated offense to prepare against. You don't know what hole they're hitting. There's a lot of misdirection.
Gallant hands it off. It's a jet sweep going to the far side and takes a long time to develop. It's going to pick up a yard, and it's going to be 3rd down from there. Cam Cruz took it in motion for West Allegheny, and it's a 3rd and 8. This ball at the 40-yard line for the Indians. It's called a 3rd and 7. Give Cruz a gain of 2.
Gain of about a yard on
Micah Lucas again was over there involved.
Yeah, Rawlings made a nice play there to get out there. I think Cindy Summers came in and cleaned up a little bit.
Cruz and Gallant are both there. Cruz is in the quarterback slot with Gallant a sidecar to his near side. Now they break out of that formation. Now Cruz goes back, so it is complicated. A lot of pre-snap motion.
A lot of audibles I'm seeing already, which for a high school team, that's not all that common.
Cruz to throw. His first pass was intercepted. His second pass is incomplete. Good coverage, and on the coverage on the near side was Michael Roman. As Roman was right there covering Jake Davis, and it's 4th down and 7, and that'll force a punt.
Nice job there by the secondary. You know, anytime you see a quarterback rolling out, it looked like he had an eternity to throw this ball. But looking down the field, there was just nowhere to go with it. He essentially just kind of threw that one away at the feet of the receiver, knowing that nobody was open.
The punt will put Rodney Denard deep for Woodland Hills. And to kick it away for West Allegheny, Colby Stout. Denard stands at his own 25. Stout will hit us near his own 30. Comes to the near side. It's high but short. Bounces at the 35. Takes an Indians roll inside the 30. Still on it, the move to the 23-yard line. Woodland Hills, for the first time in this game, the first time in the first quarter, will start inside their own territory at their own 23-yard line.
Yeah, we got to see a nice clock sustaining and ball maintenance drive here. I want to see a lot of running the ball, getting 2-3 yards a pop, some positive yardage here. We need to make a couple first downs, get this offensive line kind of running on the tracks. They haven't been able to establish any kind of a rhythm yet. This is, I think, the drive that they really need to do.
Wolverines football on the Woodland Hills Football Network is brought to you by State Senator Jay Costa, also by the Triangle Bar and Grill, LGAR by Patrick T. Lanning and Funeral Home, LG3 Entertainment by Webb Landings as well. Glad you're aboard the Trip Live High School Sports Network as well. Scoreless first quarter so far with 2:56 remaining in the first quarter.
And remind you that parking on the campus is permitted only in designated areas. Vehicles that are parked illegally may be ticketed or towed. And also access to the field is by permit only, and unauthorized persons will be escorted from the field.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Woodland Hills on a 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line. We get a direct snap to Nazir Taylor. Speaking of the Wildcat, we saw that work last week for a 60-yard touchdown against the Moon Tigers. This time, Nazir Taylor's first touch goes for 3 to the 30-yard line.
Tackled by number 31, Bates.
It looked like maybe a little more than 3 to me. That's a nice first down pickup there. Again, almost the same play they ran last week for that play of the game.
Thinking it was the 27. They'll hand it up. They lose it. It's loose. Denard trying to get there. I'm not sure if he got there. The bad exchange for Taylor. Rodney Denard did get it back, fortunately for Woodland Hills.
That really looked to me like West Allegheny pounced on it right away. 3's got the line on it. Wow, really nice job by Rodney Denard there to get back to the ball and secure that thing for Woodland Hills.
So a 2nd and 3 turns into a 3rd and 11. Denard just got there with the right hand before Nico Flatty did for West Allegheny. So 3rd and 11 for the Wolverines.
3rd down, 11.
Back at their own 22-yard line. Jones with a 5-step drop. Forced out, comes to the near side, rolling right. Pressure comes late, throws it underneath. Taylor bobbles, catches, and I believe he has the first down. It's going to be really close, judging by the far side spot. Yeah, more than enough to get it out to the 37-yard line, and a first down for Woodland Hills.
Really nice job there by number 1, Taylor. He basically ran about a 10 or 12-yard kind of a hook pattern. Saw the quarterback scrambling. It's something you see, with the Steelers, and Antonio Brown's really good at with Ben Roethlisberger. When he's scrambling, Nazir was able to find a little soft spot, get into some open space, makes a nice catch, bobbles that a little bit, made me nervous, but comes down with it, gets it, and then gets an extra couple yards to get that first
color
down.
Me nervous as well. He was in serious traffic there on that deflection, but he gets the first down of the game for Woodland Hills to the 37. Handoff up the middle, Rodney Denard, good yardage over the 40 to the 43. That's a pickup of 6 for Denard. 2nd and 4.
All right, now we got the big dogs in white starting to get a little swagger to them. We got a little bit of a drive going here, getting a couple yards of pop off these runs. Obviously the fumble, those things happen. We're fortunate to get it back, but nice wide open hole there for Rodney Denard to get through.
2nd down and 4. Clock ticks down to 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. Scoreless between the Indians and the Wolverines. Jones will hand it off. Denard looks to come to the near side, cuts it back to the opposite side. He's going to be near that first down. A good job to use his strength for Denard. He might have picked up the 4 yards for another first down. I believe he did for Woodland Hills.
Looks like they're getting ready to do the chains. There's my man, DeVega Burr, getting in there, creating some havoc. Pushes that linebacker back just enough to open up the space for Denard to get up to, and it looks like he does get the first down.
That is going to be the final play of the first quarter, as the Wolverines will choose not to snap it. And that's going to tick it off. Woodland Hills did a good job. Did not take advantage of the short field twice, but a good enough job defensively, and they will start the second quarter at their own 47-yard line when we come back through 1 at West Allegheny. It is Woodland Hills and West Allegheny scoreless. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills, the Wolverines, and the West Allegheny Indians, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and you're also watching us here on the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale is a proud sponsor of the Wolverines and has been serving the Woodland Hills community for nearly 70 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're gonna love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
And back at West Allegheny High School in Imperial with Rick McIntyre and Bob Rickless on the MSA Sports Network. The share, at least, of the conference championship for Woodland Hills on the line tonight. Same deal for West Allegheny. Both of these teams 5-1. Upper St. Clair is 6-0. They're atop the Allegheny 9 conference, and they're on the slate next week for Woodland Hills. So the path is clear for the Wolverines. A scoreless first quarter. It's a first quarter really would you would like Rick to have some points for the Wolverines with those first two possessions deep inside West Allegheny territory. But you'll take it, and you're on the move with a couple first downs here on this third drive.
Yeah, there's going to be those that are going to question the decision there when we had fourth down inside the 10. Do we take that field goal, get those 3 points, and then we're up 3-0 after the first quarter? Personally, I like a good aggressive call. Early in the game on the road, like we keep saying, it feels like a playoff type game. If we punch that in the end zone, it's a nice jolt to the adrenaline, a nice momentum builder. Fortunately, we come away without any points, but we start them deep in their own zone. So that's a tough decision. As a coach, I don't know. I might have called for the field goal, but I respect the idea and the decision to try and get the 6.
These two teams had a classic a couple of years ago right here on this field. It went to overtime, won by the Indians by 1 point. The last couple of games, though, were heavily favored by West Allegheny. Denard carries. Anthony Delavade, the Duquesne-bound linebacker, stops Denard right at midfield after a pickup of 3. Last year, West Allegheny beat Woodland Hills at the Wolverina, and then the Indians also knocked Woodland Hills out of the playoffs with a convincing victory.
So far, this the Duquesne-bound Delavade is pretty impressive back there in the linebacker spot. He's got really nice form, good quick feet, lateral movement, and delivers one heck of a blow when he goes to hit.
The game in Turtle Creek was 52-13. The playoff win at Baldwin was a 35-7 win for West Allegheny. 2nd and 3. They'll hand it off to Denard. Looks right, spins away from one tackle. Can't spin out of the second tackle as he was stood up there by Bryce Manley. That's a loss of 1 back to the Woodland Hills 49-yard line.
Yeah, it looked to me like Woodland Hills was trying to maybe run that stretch play out to the right, and you watch the right side offensive line just gets no push off the ball here. They all just kind of stand, stop, And there's just nothing going out there. Denard tries to kick it to the outside. Really nice job by the defensive line holding their ground and finding the ball.
3rd and 8 for the Wolverines. Whitehurst comes to the near boundary slot. To the near side is Nazir Taylor. Denard will dot the I with the double tights. Daniel Jones under center. 5-step drop, throwing to the near side. It wasn't Taylor. It's intercepted. Overthrown on the near side for Jaden Lucas. Picked off and coming back the other way. It comes Noah Ledford. He's back into Woodland Hills territory. Takes a big hit right in front of us at the 46-yard line by Daniel Jones. But the second turnover of the game, this one benefits West Allegheny.
From Woodland Hills' standpoint, it's a disappointing turn of events here. He just overthrows him a little bit. Really wasn't much there. He was kind of running into double coverage. But that's going to be a nice adrenaline push, and that's a momentum shifter here for West Allegheny. Woodland Hills kind of had a pretty nice sustained drive going there for a couple minutes. We're moving the ball pretty effectively, take a risk downfield, and they paid the price.
Also flips the field position.
It certainly does. Now West Allegheny's setting up in our territory.
We'll go with that Wildcat. Pistol formation, man in motion, will fake the handoff, they'll cut it up the gut. It is Tyler Gallant, he's inside the 30, cuts it to 25, to the far sideline, angled out of bounds and dropped down near the 7-yard line by Nazir Taylor. But a big pickup for Tyler Gallant of about 38 yards.
That's exactly what this Wildcat offense is kind of designed to do, is to keep everybody with all the play fakes and everything, keep everybody guessing, keep, half the Woodland Hills defense here is looking to the outside, and that middle just opens wide open like Moses parting the Red Sea, and he just takes it almost to the house.
39-yard pickup to the 7. Now they got a new man in the backfield. Kyle Merritt takes the shotgun snap, and Merritt runs to the left. He gets near the 5, maybe inside the 5, give him the 4. He picks up 3, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the 3 for the Indians.
Really nice tackle there by Micah Lucas. Came up, filled the hole, and that ball that he looked like he was about to break at right through. Nice stop there by Micah.
Woodland Hills takes the timeout. A lot of direction, and not only you get the Wildcat set, which is confusing enough, but you've got men in motion. So you got to respect the jet sweeps in that respect, and you got to respect the sidecar. So there is a lot going on in the mind of the defensive players before they identify who has the football.
Right, and that kind of takes, as a defensive player, when you have to think that much, it takes you out of your instinct playing. And I think a lot of these Woodland Hills guys, excuse me, they rely on that instinct and that nose for the ball. And when you have to take that little half second to think about what you see developing in front of you, sometimes it's enough to give the other team the advantage.
That is indeed all you need. I know it's when I have to think, I'm in trouble. Not having out there with 14 options going one way or the other. Big play on this drive, the Tyler Gallant's run of 39 yards right after the Noah Ledford interception. And it is 2nd and goal for the 4 for West Allegheny, trying to break the scoreless tie.
Well, Bob, we'll try not to make you think or wrap any cords this week.
I am good with both of those. Nico Flatty into the Wildcat for West Allegheny. He's going to run left, tries to turn it up, and he turns it up right inside to Vega Bird, amongst others in that pile, along with Micah Lucas. I like those two a lot for Woodland Hills.
Yeah, I don't know. Have we seen DeVega Bird on the defensive line yet this year?
No, that's a good insertion, I think, right there.
I think so. Put that big hog in there and clog up the middle. Does a nice job here. Look at that. Wow. He came from the backside there to make that play. 6 foot 330,
Very agile for a big man.
He
30
sure
goal
is.
from the 3 after Flatty picks up one. Gallant will be back in the Wildcat. They'll have a sidecar in Anthony Totkis under the fullback. Double sidecar, actually, in this formation. And Gallant will come right, cuts it up the middle, tries to sniff the end zone. Did he get there? He did! He got 3. He needed 3. That's all he needed. And the Indians are on the board.
Woodland Hills linebacker is a little bit off guard there. He makes a nice play fake here to the sidecar. And then that sidecar just becomes a lead blocker. And there's just nobody there ready to make that hit as he comes across the line of scrimmage. Really nice play call. Nice execution there by WA.
So Gallant gets the 3-yard touchdown. The Indians are on the board first, 6-0 with 8:57 to go here in the second quarter. Colby Stout is on to try to add the point after.
Kick will go up.
Kick is up and good. Denard got tied up with the holder, but the Indians are on the board.
The extra point by Tony South.
Tyler Gallant makes it 7-0 with a 3-yard touchdown run. 8:57 to go. Second quarter. We'll take a break. You're tuned in to the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Serving the Turtle Creek Valley and surrounding areas for over 111 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home is pleased to announce the opening of their new crematory at their Turtle Creek location. Families choosing cremation can have added peace of mind, knowing that their loved one never leaves the care of Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, and that our crematory is used exclusively for the families we serve.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back at West Allegheny High School, the Indians take advantage of a turnover to take the lead. Tyler Gallant, who had the big run of 39 yards, follows that up with a 3-yard touchdown run in the first points of this game.
Yeah, that's a tough play there to defend. It looked like he had 3 lead blockers on top of his offensive line, opening up that hole. Really nice play call.
I'm going to call it a funnel play because you've got the sidecar either way. They just funnel into the middle. Here comes the runner. So you've got 10 hats on 10 hats, basically.
Yeah.
In between the hash marks.
Yeah, and the only way to blow that up is your defensive line is going to come flying off the ball. But again, if they're hesitating and thinking and trying to read, that's what gives the black jersey a little bit of an advantage.
First kickoff of the game was fielded by the up man, Christopher Jones, who had a nice return and set Woodland Hills up with a 1st and goal, but they could not take advantage of it. Let's see what the Indians do in this one with the 3 dangerous return men. They kind of go onside, bouncing to the near side. Eric Oliver will take it on the hop, and he's dropped at the 43, and pretty good field position by Woodland Hills. And again, that is respect for the trio of Smith and Jaquan Smith, Rodney Denard, and Nazir Taylor.
Yeah.
I would not kick to that trio.
I certainly would not want to, and I like the attempt there. That if you're not going to kick deep, might as well try and get something out of it. And that was an excellent kick. I mean, that did exactly what you want. You want the 2 hops and then the big hop over the line.
And Oliver at 6'3" did a good job to get that in the air.
I think that's why he's out there.
Taylor and Whitehurst will split to the right. And I believe it is Meredith in the backfield. It is behind Daniel Jones. Fakes the handoff. Good job by Meredith to pick up the blocker. Taylor has it on the far side, out on the right flat. He makes the catch at the 40 and then turns to the at the 45 and turns to the West Allegheny 43. And that is a pickup of 14 and a 1st down for Woodland Hills.
Really nice play there by Woodland Hills. They got Whitehurst kind of running that clear-out pattern on the far right, and then Nazir just kind of comes underneath that coverage with a little out. And again, generally, if you run that pattern correctly and give your quarterback time, there's going to be an opening there.
That is really a pick play legally, though, if you're not making any kind of contact.
Yeah, it's just the idea of clearing that secondary out a little bit, getting them deep, and then letting your man find a cushion.
1st and 10, back in West Allegheny territory of the Wolverines. This time it's Meredith straight up the gut. He'll pick up 2. Got near that 40. We'll give him the 40. So call it a 3-yard pickup, but a good job by the West Allegheny defense. I believe Mateo Van Damia was also in on the stop. We've seen Meredith several times this season break big runs right up the gut.
Yeah, on that same exact play there. That's the 22 wham or the 22 blast, where that is just hard-nosed football there. We're coming up the middle, trying to stop us. And I like that play call right after the nice pass play.
Keep
everybody in check.
That's Woodland Hills football. That running game. Meredith again, the lone man in the backfield. Jones the throw, looking on the near side. Has Nazir Taylor. The pass was a little bit too tall and it went off his fingertips. Noah Ledford, check it. It wasn't Ledford. It was Paul Fedorka on the coverage for Woodland Hills. A little bit of zip on that pass from Jones, but I think it was one that Nazir Taylor thinks he probably should have had.
I agree. Nice job there by Meredith picking up that the topside blitz. Yeah, I don't know if he just took his eye off looking upfield, but it just kind of slipped right through his fingers. That ball did have a lot of zip on it.
2 plays on this drive that Meredith has done a good job of picking up his man as a blocker. So showing that in his versatility and his set of skills, his skill set. He's the lone man in the backfield, dots the I on 3rd and 7. Ball at the West Allegheny 40 as Woodland Hills moves right to left. Meredith gets good leg drive and kept on his feet. He thought he did anyway. He was on top of a West Allegheny defender over there right near the 40 or the 35. We'll give him 5. That's going to be 3rd down at about 2 after the run by Anthony Meredith.
Nice job there. Again, I'm so impressed with watching these tight ends for Woodland Hills pulling from the backside and getting there. Yeah, he definitely had the knee down. Although he might have had it down on the other player, but I think that's the right call. Blow the whistle there. Forward progress was stopped.
Woodland Hills keeps the offense out there, at least temporarily, with a pair of wide receivers split left to the near side, and that may force the
timeout called by
West Allegheny has to take a timeout. That gives us a chance to take a break as well. 7-0 West Allegheny, 7:28 to go in the second quarter. You're tuned in to the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
LG3 Entertainment is a first-class disc jockey and karaoke entertainment company that serves the Pittsburgh and surrounding areas. They offer a wide range of music entertainment for weddings, anniversaries, school dances, corporate events, and more. They also offer beautiful chair cover linen rentals to give your event the elegance it deserves. They offer many more services, so go to their website today and see why so many choose LG3 Entertainment for the best in family fun entertainment.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back at West Allegheny High School with Rick McIntyre, Bob Workwis on the MSA, or on the Trib Lives, can't old habits, Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Big thank you to the crew for getting everything set up. We were stuck in traffic on the Parkway. You've heard that story once. You've heard it a million times.
Yeah, it's kind of, this is a bit of a far trip here from Churchill, Pennsylvania, Turtle Creek, Pennsylvania, to get out here to West Allegheny. I was just coming from the city, and it took me a fairly long time to get here. So, yeah, an excellent job here by the Schaefers and Larry back here. Getting
Joe Slick as well.
Everything set up. I mean, this was kind of a last minute.
Larry and the Schaefers, right?
Larry and the Schaefers making it happen.
That's our jazz trio. So they keep the offense out there on 4th and 2. So a big decision here early. And Jones lost the snap, and it rolls towards the right side. Either way, that is blown up. Doesn't matter who gets the football. And the Indians come away with a turnover. It's Anthony Delavade, so it wouldn't have mattered either way. I like the decision. I like the confidence to go for it on 4th and 2, even though it fails.
Yeah, I do as well. It's an aggressive move. It just, there's a couple balls now we've seen slipping out of some hands. I don't know if that thing's laced up with some truffle butter or something, but the ball's kind of slick.
And the Indians will take over at their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10, they lead 7-0. Does West Allegheny. They'll bring a pair of wide receivers to the near side, and again, they will go Wildcat almost exclusively. Will Weber, who's returned to the lineup, is back in at the Wildcat. Delays right up the gut goes Weber. And good job to come up and make that read by Nazir Taylor, but Weber picks up a gain of 7 to the 42. And Weber had some room and some speed heading right up the gut. Good job by Taylor to come in and drop him.
Very similar to what you kind of called that the funnel run, the funnel play here. You see the sidecars, and he's got all the these guys just leading up in that hole. Summers makes a nice job, get up there and take on the blocker, but there was just nobody supporting him to make the tackle.
2nd and 3 for the Indians. And again, they go with wide receivers, a lot of decoys. They don't throw the ball very much. Again, Wildcat. Again, it's Weber with the pistol, with a sidecar. He'll come to the near side, trying to cut it up. What a tackle! Wow. One-handed by Michael Robin for a loss of 1 back at the 41.
Wow. He looked like he almost got the face mask, like he kind of let it go and just, I don't know how he got a hold of him. That is some serious strength in that hand to bring him down that way.
It's the one-handed tackle. I don't think it was a horse collar either. It was shirt.
No, he
all the way
like
with
he
the
had shoulder pad and
with
shirt.
His left hand.
Well, he did get that face mask,
piece.
a hair. Woodland Hills may have got away with one there, and then the WA crowd here is letting the refs know that.
He ticked the face mask with his hand and then got it underneath the shoulder pad of Will Weber.
Yep, that was just enough right there. that probably should have been called. Turn the head. That's a face mask penalty. We got away with one.
We'll call a 3rd and 5 near the 40. They're going to throw. They're going to reverse it back to the near side. Brent Mangold has the catch, has the first down into Woodland Hills territory. He's knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Again, that's one of those classic misdirection plays there. Everything flows to the left side. They throw that backside wide screen. And everybody in that Woodland Hills defense, you can see Nazir Taylor just cleared out of town there when he saw the quarterback rolling right, left his coverage, and that's kind of what creates that big bubble there.
They sell out for the run because they most likely run it 9 times out of 10 on 3rd and long. Cruz went to the left, came back to the right on the screen. He found Brent Mangold, the senior tight end, who gets a first down, first completion of the game for West Allegheny. Ball at the Woodland Hills 45, up the gut. It is Will Weber. He's just winding his way inside the 35, dropped at the 33-yard line by Rodney Denard, but not before. Weber picked up 12 and another first down for the Indians.
Yeah, West Allegheny is starting to kind of roll here. This offensive line is impressive. They're handling the bigger size Woodland Hills. They're not necessarily powering them downfield, but they're getting them turned just enough to get them through into that into the second level, and then it's just lights out from there. These guys are quick. They know how to cut. They know where the plays they're going to develop. They're doing a really nice job running the ball so far against this Woodland Hills defense.
First and 10 at the 33 after the first down, and West Allegheny has to take another timeout. It'll give us a chance to step away as well. 4:43 to go. Second quarter, West Allegheny 7, Woodland Hills nothing. You are tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
At www.westalleghenyaathletics.com and www.schedulestar.com.
Whether you need a new website or want to improve your existing site, Web Landings can serve your needs. Web Landings provides professional, easy-to-maintain websites for businesses, organizations, and individuals. Discover more at weblandings.com and find out how editing your site can be as easy as using a word processor. Plus, we offer 1 year of free hosting for any website developed. Visit weblandings.com today.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back at West Allegheny High School, 7-0 lead for West Allegheny. They have the football inside the Woodland Hills 35 on 1st and 10. They will again go shotgun. Sure that is Weber back in there. The direct snap coming to the near side. Breaking tackles was Weber. Inside the 30 to the 29. Good job to stay on his feet to pick up 4 yards.
Yeah, Roman came crashing down there, made a nice hit in the backfield, just couldn't quite get the wrap. Luckily, he didn't get the face mask again, but just couldn't quite get that tackle. And allows the running back to kind of get upfield and get that positive yardage.
So you got a sidecar right, and you got a tight end who crabs to the right. So you're throwing a whole bunch of lead blockers, making the strong side a very strong side on that play. 2nd down and 6. The Wildcat again with Weber. Will take the snap delay. It's not Weber this time. It's Nico Flatty who goes to the left side. He has room. Flag goes down. He cuts at the 20. And that's going to be a downfield hold as Flatty is dropped down near the 15. But there was a flag dropped at the 17 or 18-yard line out ahead of that Nico Flatty run.
Yeah, it's a positive, really positive play there, or outcome there for Woodland Hills. Fortunate enough to get that holding call downfield. He didn't need to hold. I'm not sure what he was thinking down there, but
the line of scrimmage is the 29, the flag's at the 17, so you don't need that way downfield.
They're being aggressive, and I get that. But again, another example of every time that they're running the ball. Watch how many lead blockers here. I'm not sure who this is. A linebacker for Woodland Hills steps up, and he's got 2 or 3 men in his face every play. Where these running backs for West Allegheny, they're not getting touched until they're 2-3 yards down the field half the time. So there's some really interesting blocking schemes here from West Allegheny. I'm seeing a lot of the calls coming from the center at the line of scrimmage, which I think is fascinating at a high school level.
2nd and 5 after the hold downfield. Takes the first down off the board. Makes the line of scrimmage the Woodland Hills 27. 7-0 lead for West Allegheny. Direct snap to Flatty, the freshman who runs left in between the guard and the tackle, short yardage. Give him a pickup of 1 to the 26, and it's going to be up third down for the Indians.
Yeah, not much of a misdirection play. It seems like the few plays that they've just kind of run straight forward, Woodland Hills is right there in the hole making the tackle. There you go, just one lead blocker, and Woodland Hills is able to flow to the ball and get to it. So I don't think we're going to see a whole lot more of that kind of action out of these black jerseys the rest of this game.
Flatty out, Weber in to take the direct snap at quarterback for the Indians. 3rd and 2, more closer to 3 almost. Line to gain is just inside the 24. Weber will come right, has to cut lateral. Nice job by Woodland Hills. Michael Roman gets Weber before he gets the edge, and he drops him for a loss of 1 back to the 27. Great job by Roman to make that play.
Yeah, a little bit of a makeup play there by Roman. I think he knows he let that man get away a couple plays ago. Gets up there and makes a play behind the line of scrimmage. Really nice, and a nice gang tackling there by the rest of Woodland Hills coming up to clean it up.
It was Van Damia who was the ball carrier, not Weber. But a good job to not allow Van Damia. Cruz is back in, Cam Cruz, the sophomore, so keep that in mind if you're Woodland Hills defensively. He threw that pass earlier. He's a slot man. He goes in motion, takes the handoff. He's going to throw. Wants to come back near side of Weber. Weber makes the catch, but Weber is wrapped up by Summers, and a good read by Sidney Summers, and he denies the Indians on 4th down and 4.
Really good read there by that entire left side of the Woodland Hills defense. I think that little bit of it, that screen we saw earlier, I got a feeling a couple of those guys in white got reamed out on the sidelines. And you see there that we almost came up with that pick just off the fingertips. Really nice job there to stay home, read the play developing, and get out there and keep it from breaking.
They did a little throwback screen, and the formation sent Cruz in motion from right to left. He took the handoff, stopped, and a throwback screen to the near side to Weber and took the direct snap, but the Wolverines sniffed it out. They're down 7-0, 2 timeouts for Woodland Hills, 2:20 to go, and they go with the Wildcat with Nazir Taylor. He's going to hand it off up the gut. And there's Jaquan Smith, 1 yard to the 31 on his second carry of the game. Tackle made by Nate Vislowski for the Indians.
Yeah, this is going to come down to some clock management here by Timmy Boster. See what he can do to get a couple nice first downs and see if we can threaten his end zone or maybe get 3 on the board here with just under 2 minutes now. So I expect if we're going to be aggressive here, we're going to start seeing the ball in the air with either this play or the play following.
Jones comes back in. He's going to go into the shotgun with a sidecar, and Jaquan Smith to his left. Twins left. Fumbles the snap. He wants a run. Trying to get away from the pressure. Jones does a good job rolling right, turns it upfield. And we get a flag down beyond the play. Jones is angled out of bounds at the 35 on the far sideline. That would be a 4-yard pickup, but we might get a holding call against the Vega Bird.
There is a penalty marker back at the 22.
Yeah, if that's a holding call, that's kind of a death blow to this drive. Unless we can get something that, a nice pass play that breaks something deep. I got a feeling this is going to be a run the clock out and lick our wounds at halftime with this 7-0 deficit.
Spot foul, so it's back at the 21. The run by Jones to the far sideline was out at the 35. It is a illegal block in the back, and the flag back at the 21. So you're going to go -10 from there and then -10 on the penalty. Well, that's a good call. But how about Bird? If you're going to take a penalty, might as well bowling pin 2 guys out, right?
Yeah. If you're going to get a flag, man, make it worth it.
And he came back and just took 2 players out with that illegal block.
Yeah, I don't think Bird does anything small. So now if you're Woodland Hills, what do you do here? It's second and forever, minute and a half left. I think it's a matter of trying not to let the other team get the ball here. And just kind of run a couple plays, let that clock run.
The Indians have 1 timeout remaining.
So we got to get some positive yardage here.
Jaquan Smith was in the backfield, and the Indians will have no timeouts remaining as they take a timeout with 1:33 to go before halftime. We'll take a timeout as well. 7-0 West Allegheny. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back at West Allegheny High School with Rick McIntyre and Bob Orquist on the Woodland Hills Football Network, and also the Trib Live High School Football Network. 7-0 lead for the West Allegheny Indians. Big playoff implications, conference championship implications in this contest tonight. Upper St. Clair leads the Allegheny 9 Conference at 6-0. They are non-conference tonight, so they await Woodland Hills next week. Jaquan Smith has the deep back, and they're going to.
The ball looked like it was fumbled right from the snap, and it got kicked forward, kicked downfield. Nobody in the blue hat saw it, and it just an unbelievable turnaround here.
It was Jones under center, and he's had all kind of problems.
Yep, and the pulling guard, I think it just gets kicked forward.
And Isaiah Crow has the fumble. So West Allegheny's first score came after a Ledford interception. Now the fumble gives the Indians great field position at the Woodland Hills 19.
At the Woodland Hills 19-yard line.
So it was a West Allegheny timeout. They have 0 remaining.
It's an interesting timeout there. I don't know if they just didn't have the right personnel on the field, or maybe they were short a guy.
Gallant in at the Wildcat. They'll double reverse. They'll come back to the near side on a reverse to, I think that's Will Weber came back to the near side. And good job to stay home by the Wolverines. Roman was there along with number 17, Josh Rawlings, Anthony Meredith as well.
Yeah, Meredith did a nice job there, staying home, reading the play. I mean, there's a lot going on in that backfield there.
Too much.
Yeah, and I don't know if that was set up to be a play, because they actually had their flanker running that deep post, and one-on-one, I think if he had a little more time back there, he might have been throwing that.
They went inside reverse and then came back almost on a double reverse. Snap to Cruz. 2-step drop, firing to the near side. Nice catch by Crow. Going to be short of that marker, pushed out of bounds by Coleman, but it does stop the clock. It's going to be 3rd down. Oh, they called it incomplete. That's why Michael Coleman was saying he didn't catch that pass. I thought he did a good job to get in front of Coleman, but didn't get the foot in.
Yeah, I guess he just didn't get that foot down. Yeah, he was looked like maybe he didn't quite have control there. Nice job here by the camera crew getting that.
Yep, it is.
Didn't quite have possession, bobbling it. Really nice call by the official, right on the spot there.
A better job by our crew to get that replay for you. So it's 3rd down and 12. 40 seconds to go. Twins go left for the Indians to the near side. Crow. Cruz in the shotgun sidecar to his left. He looks right. Individual pass to Crow. Crow is tied up with Coleman, and they just he falls down. Incidental contact. You were thinking maybe a little too much contact.
I was looking for the laundry to hit the field there. I think it's a good no call. That could have been either way. I'm interested to see on the replay here. There was, looks like a little bit of contact. Yeah, that's one of those things the crowd's going to yell for, but if you're there and you're looking at it, it's a good no call.
Colby Stout on to kick a field goal. 38 yards out of the hold of Noah Ledford. The angle is right to left to our right. Snap is down. It's blocked. Blocked by Jaden Lucas.
Wow. I'll tell you what, that right there is a tremendous play. That is, that wipes 3 points off the board potentially. After that fumble on the Woodland Hills last drive, and West Allegheny gets the ball in really good field position with about a minute and a half left, and we're able to hold them and keep them from getting anything on the board. That is a tremendous job by special teams to wipe those points off the board.
Yeah, see if it was number 4 Lucas on the replay. I thought it was.
I couldn't tell. There was a couple guys there coming on the right side. I saw 17. I couldn't tell who got the hand on it.
We'll take it anyway. The 38-yard field goal is blocked, and most likely means, unless Woodland Hills can get a long touchdown here in a hurry, a 7-0 game at the half. Denard is in there. Denard up the gut. Denard for 1, and that is it.
Goes to Denard, number 9.
Denard took a really heavy hit there coming into the line.
Nico Flatty, a good-looking freshman. Also Mateo Van Damia, the junior. And that is it. Woodland Hills is heading towards the locker room. West Allegheny will follow along. The only touchdown of the first half, a Tyler Gallant 3-yard run at the 8:57 mark of the second quarter after a Noah Ledford interception. We go into halftime with the score at West Allegheny 7 and Woodland Hills nothing. Back to talk about it real quick. We'll recap the first half and we'll get you a look at the marching bands here from Imperial. 7-0. West Allegheny with the lead. You are tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
A-Boss Opticians on Braddock Avenue in Braddock is your one-stop optical shop. With hundreds of the latest frame styles and lenses, the skilled opticians at A-Boss will help select and fit the best eyewear option for you. Plus, A-Boss Opticians is the best eyewear repair facility in the area. No matter what your eyewear needs are, make A-Boss Opticians your opticians. Call A-Boss Opticians at 412-271-4424 or visit abossopticians.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back at West Allegheny High School with Rick McIntyre, Bob Workwich. You talked about it, Rick. Playoff type atmosphere with playoff implications, conference championship implications on the line. It's both of these teams, the Wolverines and the Indians, have already qualified for the 5A playoffs. Just a 7-0 lead on West Allegheny's touchdown run by Tyler Gallant. He had a 39-yard run on the drive and led to his 3-yard touchdown after the Ledford interception. 2 golden opportunities for the Wolverines on their first 2 possessions. They got no points, and they trail by 7 at the half.
Yeah, I think the longer this game goes on, where it's it's a 7-point game or it's 1 or 2 score game, I think the decision there to maybe not kick that field goal and to be aggressive may come back to haunt the Woodland Hills coaching staff. Again, I support the decision. I think it was a nice aggressive move. I think all in all, Woodland Hills is doing a nice job here, shutting down a really, really solid offense of West Allegheny. That last defensive series, I think, was clutch, and then coming away with that blocked field goal. They just need to stay a little more focused, staying in their assignments and not buying for all the fakes, and just finding the football.
Will Weber return for West Allegheny tonight after an ankle injury? He's the game's leading rusher. You're talking about a solid offense. It's also very complicated. A lot going on for the defense to be aware of for Woodland Hills.
It is, and I was an offensive coach, but I sat in a lot of defensive meetings and breaking down film. And when you come up against a team like this, depending on what set they're in, you know their tendencies by the down and distance and what formation they're in. Each player on that field, depending on the play call, is assigned to a man.
Assignment football.
It's assignment football, and when it comes down to that, it shouldn't matter what fakes they do or what they run behind the scenes, if you will. If you follow your assignment and you keep on your man, it should be rendered moot, if you will.
So Woodland Hills trailing 7-0 at the half. For you folks listening on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, we will have no halftime show this evening due to some technical issues here at West Allegheny High School. But for those watching on the Woodland Hills Football Network, enjoy the Woodland Hills Marching Band and the West Allegheny Marching Band. We'll be back after the band's performances to get ready for the second half of this game. At the half, it is West Allegheny 7 and Woodland Hills nothing. It's the Woodland Hills Football Network presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
You're listening to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Wolverine Football is also brought to you by the Triangle Barn Grill, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, Bush Brothers Car Care, the Barbers Inn in Swissvale, A-Boss Opticians, the Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Club, Web Landings, and LG3 Entertainment. Now it's time for the Woodland Hills Football Network Halftime Show.
Welcome back to West Allegheny High School. We're at halftime of this Allegheny 9 conference matchup. 7-0 lead for the West Allegheny Indians. Tyler Gallant The only touchdown of the game, a 3-yard run with 8:57 to go in the second quarter after a Noah Ledford interception. Back to talk more about the first half and set up the second half right after this, as you're tuned in to the Wolverines and the West Allegheny Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, also on the Woodland Hills Sports Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, with locations in East Pittsburgh and Turtle Creek, is a member of the Hall of Excellence of the National Funeral Directors Association. This reflects the same pursuit of excellence by our Woodland Hills football team, cheerleaders, marching band, students, staff, and faculty. For over 110 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been honored to serve local families and to be a proud partner of the Woodland Hills communities. Bush Brothers Car Care Center in Swissvale has been a Monongahela Avenue institution for nearly 30 years. Bush Brothers is a full-service mechanic and tire shop for all types of vehicles. Whether you need mechanical work, alignment, state inspection, emissions testing, new tires, or just an oil change, Bush Brothers is the place for you. Bush Brothers Car Care Center, Monongahela Avenue in Swissvale, or give Martin and Jason a call at 412-351-5342. There are few things that guys like more than a great haircut at a real barbershop. And at the Barbers Inn on Washington Avenue in Swissvale, you'll find both. Plus, you can relax in style on supple leather sofas while watching their big screen HD TV. You can even shoot some pool while you wait. But most importantly, you'll walk out the door with a haircut or shave you're sure to love. Walk-ins are always welcome at the Barbers Inn in Swissvale. For more information, call 412-271-7434. And remember, real men come to the Barbers Inn. Today's broadcast of Woodland Hills football is brought to you by the Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Club. Since 1905, Rotary clubs across the globe have brought business and professional leaders together to provide humanitarian services, encourage high ethical standards in all vocations, and to advance goodwill and peace around the world. The Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Club meets every Friday at noon at Shelley Pie. Rotary, service above self.
You're tuned in to Wolverine football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back at West Allegheny High School with Rick McIntyre and Bob Work was halftime of the Allegheny 9 conference matchup between Woodland Hills and West Allegheny. 7-0 lead at home here for the Indians. And this important matchup, much like we talked about earlier, Rick, the good news is Woodland Hills in control of their destiny. Still are, early down 7-0. We talked a little good news, bad news. Bad news from the first half is Woodland Hills was held to 31 yards rushing.
Wow. The
good news is they're only trailing 7-0.
Yeah, it's really fortunate that the score is not more lopsided than it is right now with the interception, a handful of fumbles. Fortunately, we were able to get one of them back, but a couple maybe, not quite splash plays, but the penalties, the thoughtless penalties, jumping off sides, on the first drive, possibly cost us a couple points on the board. Another penalty, I think, on the next opening play of the next drive. Kicked everything back into long yardage, which makes the running game a little bit more difficult. And then I think maybe their third or fourth drive, they finally started to get the ball moving a little bit, weren't getting the penalties. The offensive line finally started to get in a little bit of a groove, and then the interception happens. So every time Woodland Hills kind of starts to balloon up a little bit, something is happening to kind of deflate it a little bit. And I'm just looking to see a little more discipline out of everybody on the Woodland Hills side. And we got to establish that running game a little bit stronger. Obviously, 31 yards in the first half after coming off of, 300-some yards last week.
356.
I'm looking to see that really step up here in the second half. I don't want to see us have to throw the ball in the air, too many times. We got to get that first down, get a couple yards, get us in position where we kind of have the options and keep that defense guessing.
The defense, which will take the field first for Woodland Hills here in the third quarter, did a pretty good job. You take away the gallant 39-yard run. Weber came back and had 10 carries for 60 yards to lead West Allegheny, but you take away the 39-yard run, which did lead to their touchdown, and they did a good job of limiting the offense, the very tricky misdirection type offense that Bob Pelko runs here at West Allegheny.
Yeah, from a coaching standpoint, this is like the nightmare kind of offense. They're again, they're not big. They're fast. They're strong on that offensive line, and all those misdirection plays, it's very tough to prep for when you only have a week. And then on top of that, the significance of the game kind of magnifies every play a little bit and the importance of the preparation. So I'm looking to see what kind of adjustments Woodland Hills made here at halftime to kind of stifle that running game and keep the defense true to its assignments and not letting the misdirection result in some big plays.
That's the hard thing to do, is not get caught watching the football, because it's misdirection. A lot of times it stays with the quarterback, but you got motion going one way, you've got sidecars going the other way, so you got to keep your assignment. If you're Woodland Hills, Chucky Hanchett will kick off to start the third quarter. And West Allegheny will get the football to start the second half.
Bob, something we used to say on the coaching staff was you don't have to make the great play, make the right play.
They kick it short to the near side. One of the up men picks it up for the Indians. Is out.
Oh, it stripped it.
Near the 37. Did the ball come loose? They say it was loose. It's recovered by West Allegheny inside the 30-yard line. They were fortunate to jump on it. We'll call it at the 30. And that's where they will start this third quarter at their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, you're going to see number 10, Jaquan Smith, come in here and immediately, he knows forward progress has stopped. He's getting in there, and he just rips this ball loose. And unfortunately, there was just too many black jerseys around. Nobody saw it until it bounced back about 3 yards.
So the ball at the 30-yard line. And the Indians will go into the Wildcat once again. The pistol. Fake the handoff. Misdirection the other way for Weber. This time it's stood up. I believe Tyrell Barlow was amongst the first men there to hold Weber to a pickup of 1.
Yeah, nice job there, defensive line, clogging up that middle. Yeah, Barlow, I don't think wasn't in on that tackle, but he had a good extension with the arms. You can see him here. He clogs up the hole, kind of almost makes the tackle with the offensive lineman there, if you could see it.
There is a flag down. Yeah, Barlow was there to just kind of clog it up to see where this. It's a personal foul against Woodland Hills.
I didn't see it. Not sure what they were looking at there.
Personal foul will make it a 1st and 10.
Coach Boster, it looks like he wants some kind of an explanation here. Better get them feet back on that red paint there, Timmy.
Yeah, from experience what that is like.
Yeah, I know. I'm not even on the staff, and I almost got us a 15-yarder.
Tim Bostert, the first-year head coach here at Woodland Hills. Ball near midfield, 47-yard line for the Indians. Their first possession of the second half. Weber will take the direct snap. Look left, try to cut back right, and he is going to be stood up. A whole bunch of white jerseys. And underneath that pile was Micah Lucas. Also in there was Josh Rawlings. Also saw Anthony Meredith in there. No gain for Weber. Stopped right at the 47.
Well, I really like the intensity I'm seeing here from this Woodland Hills defense up front. They're not running any kind of wacky stunts. They're not doing anything fancy. They're just taking their gap, keeping themselves firm in their gap, and again, playing discipline, playing to the ball.
I think, again, it was Barlow who stood up his offensive lineman. +1 for that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man in motion to the near side will take the pitch. On the jet sweep, trying to turn it up. He's into Woodland Hills territory. Denard brings the ball carrier down after a pickup of about 7. We'll call it 6, actually.
Nice job here by Roman to kind of hold that corner and turn him inside and right into the hands of Rodney Denard, who makes it a pretty violent tackle there.
It was Flatty who was the ball carrier. 2 points on the takedown. Direct snap to Weber, trying to go left. Stiff arms one man, can't get away from Naz Taylor. He stiffed armed Michael Roman, but as he tried to get the edge on the right side, Naz said, and they'll lose yardage, and that'll bring up a punt for the Indians.
Yeah, that strong side of the defensive liner just penetrates and just gets deep into that backfield. Takes down that lead blocker, which I think is a key, because he no longer has that guy leading, and now he's just running into a sea of white jerseys with no protection.
Look at this punt formation.
This is like a muddle. There's 3 muddle huddles out there.
You've got 4 men on the line, 3 behind them blocking, and 3 split to the near sideline in front of the punter, Colby Stout. He's going to come to the near side. Rugby-style kick. Pretty good one. hits the up man, one of the down men, Kyle Guilfoyle. Good thing that Coleman got out of the way. And it is down at the 27-yard line. So the Wolverines will get their first possession of the second half at their own 27. So good job defensively. Maybe that's one of the keys they talked about with the defensive coaches, Rick, too. You just take on your blocker and create, or clog, not create space. You clog the space. Someone else is going to come up and make the play.
Yeah, it's like I said earlier, it's not necessarily making the great play, but making the right play. Because if you're doing the right thing and everybody's doing the right thing, you're opening up for somebody else to make that great play.
We're going to get a immediate timeout. That'll let us step away as well. 9:22 to go in quarter number 3. West Allegheny 7, Woodland Hills nothing. You're tuned in to the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Like a Joe P. D. Michaela Stadium here in Imperial. West Allegheny leads 7-0. Woodland Hills gets their first possession of the third quarter. Starting at their own 27. They go with the first time of the fullback, Jaquan Smith, bouncing it to the right, turns it up over the 30, and tries to get close to the 35, and he does. That is a pickup of 8.
Late flag thrown in there right on the spot where the ball was stopped. That to me looks like it may be a defensive penalty.
We saw one of those on the previous drive for West Allegheny. We've also seen some downfield penalties as well. This was right at the 35 where Smith was dropped after the 8-yard pickup. It is a personal foul. Face mask against the Indians. That'll cost them 15, and that'll take the ball to midfield. So a good start.
Turns a nice gain into even better. Let's see if we can even spot it. Nice cut there by Jaquan, getting to the outside.
So they marked off, the flag was at the 35. They marked off 13 yards.
Well.
The end of the run was the 35.
That's what it looked like to me. And the flag was on the spot of the ball.
Not complaining, just saying.
We'll take the 13.
Ball at the 48, Woodland Hills. Jaquan Smith holds on to the ball, cuts to the near side into West Allegheny territory, and he's dragged down by the shoestring tackle of Kyle Guilfoyle, but not before Jaquan picks up 7, 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Guilfoyle really had to hold on for dear life there because, man, that sideline was wide open, and that looked like it was going to go for 6 if he just gets 1 foot out of that tackle.
Yeah, try to break it outside. That's a good call. Dangerous Jaquan Smith can get to the outside. This is his drive, and again, they've gone to the single back set for the entire first half. We've seen a fullback here in the I backfield for Woody High. 2nd and 3. Smith will take the handoff, trying to go right. He's hit immediately. I'm not sure he got back to the line of scrimmage. Good job to crash in from the near side. And that tackle was made by Duquesne Mount Anthony Delevate. I'm going to petition that becomes his official name since you liked it so much earlier.
Yeah, the Duquesne train whistle, man. He just comes flying in there like a train, nice and low, kind of gets in there and just, wow, I'm not sure what happened. Just nobody had him on assignment. Looked like half the line was blocking pass protect, the other half was blocking run. I'm not sure if there was just a miscommunication.
3rd and 3, the yard to gain is the 42, the ball at the West A 45. They'll delay, they'll hand it off to Smith, and he'll get the first down. He lost the football at the end of that, however, and the Indians are signaling that they have come away with it. And out of the bottom of the pile comes Kyle Guilfoyle. 3rd turnover of the game for Woodland Hills.
That's a backbreaker right there. Pick a nice drive here, a couple first downs, another nice run.
Yeah, you're looking at 1st and 10.
I'll tell you what, if we could see that replay again, I think he might have been down before that ball came out.
Couldn't tell from this angle.
No, but you're going to see.
Because the ball did come out to the
right
near
there,
side
he's
late.
got the ball. He's got the ball.
41-yard line.
He's still got the ball. Now it comes loose. I think he was down.
First play after the turnover, and the turnover led to a West Allegheny score, the only score of the game. This goes for a pickup of 6 on the first play from scrimmage, the carry by Will Weber.
Another face mask mix there. The crowd let the refs know. Denard kind of got that finger in there and caused a little damage.
Pick up of about 5 yards.
So Weber at 60 yards at intermission. He's got 7 on 4 carries here in quarter number 3. Clock turns to under 7 minutes. Weber in that Wildcat. He'll hand it off. A front forward pip, Nico Flatty, on the jet sweep coming from left to right. And Flatty will pick up, actually he's going to, pick up the first down into Woodland Hills territory, pick up a 5.
All right, I like the way this defense came out at the beginning of the second half. They got to get that fire back under them a little bit. They're getting stood up a little bit at the line of scrimmage, losing that leverage, and rely on that offensive line to kind of move them back a little here.
1st and 10 back into Wolverine territory, or the Indians. This is their second drive, maybe their third, outside of including the touchdown drop inside Woody High territory. Pistol running to the right. Will Weber can't get to the left, Anthony Meredith, the man, drops Weber for a loss of 3 back to the 49.
That's a fantastic individual effort there by Meredith. He was fully engaged, had a man blocking him, sheds the block here, you'll see, and then just comes up, gets low, makes a nice form tackle. Really nicely done.
Loss of 3. Anthony Meredith, the junior linebacker. A good stop back into their own territory, the Indians, at their own 49. Looks like Weber will remain in the quarterback position. He's got Totkis, the fullback, to his right. He'll take the snap. Flip it out to the near side. Van Damia hit immediately. A good read, and it's Anthony Meredith once again. He came very close to picking that up. Was it Meredith?
No, I think that was number 11,
No, it was Roman.
Roman, I've been watching him all night. He's been on this near side a lot. He looks like a different player than I've seen in the last couple of weeks. He's coming out really flying to the ball. He's made a couple really nice reads, makes a nice hit there. Sees that play develop, and he gets in there and makes a really nice tackle. And again, this is a nice example of the Woodland Hills defense stepping up after an error from the offense and kind of deflating that momentum away from the black jerseys.
3rd and 15. That's the down and distance you want to keep West Allegheny in. I believe Cruz has come in at quarterback. And he is, and we get a whistle.
Looks like maybe the right side of the West Allegheny line moved a little early.
It is a procedure call against the Indians. So 3rd and 15 becomes 3rd and 20. After getting a first down in Woodland Hills territory, the Indians have gone the other way. A couple of nice plays defensively, a couple of penalties as well have pushed them back into their own territory at their own 41.
So what do you do here, Bob? 3rd and long. They got to be trying to throw the ball. They're going to run some kind of a draw maybe. Do you send the house here, or do you kind of stay back and play protect?
I think I'll go aggressive.
I think I would as well.
Cruz in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to throw a pump and go as a man wide open, and Denard comes over and makes a great play against Jake Davis. Denard nearly had INT number 2 on the game. Nonetheless, a great pass defense by the senior Rodney Denard.
I'll tell you what, as soon as the quarterback dropped back, my eyes went to the secondary, and I'm pretty sure Denard suckered him into throwing that ball. He had his eye on that man. He was wide open. For all intents and purposes, he looked wide open, but he knew he could get to him if that ball's in the air, and it's exactly what he did.
Confidence in his speed.
Yeah. I would have that kind of confidence too, but I've never had that kind of speed.
Me neither. Stout the punt, high, short the opposite way. It's going to hit and take a West Allegheny bounce inside the 30, angling and stopping at the 25-yard line. And Woodland Hills will get their second possession of this quarter at their own 26-yard line, the official spot. We're going to get a chance to step away with 4:17 remaining in the third quarter. It is West Allegheny 7 and Woodland Hills nothing. You're tuned into the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, the Woodland Hills Football Network. It is presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale is a proud sponsor of the Wolverines and has been serving the Woodland Hills community for nearly 70 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're gonna love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back at West Allegheny High School with Rick McIntyre, Bob Work with 7-0 lead for the West Allegheny Indians. We will bring you after this one the Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home Play of the Game, the State Senator Jay Costa Player of the Game, and you are a turquoise and black booster. Well, white and turquoise mostly tonight on the road, Rick. We hope those two post-game awards have yet to be determined.
Yeah, there hasn't been any big splash plays here, defense or offense. Right now, I think the blocked field goal is probably the biggest play of the game so far, and I'm not sure we had a number on who actually got that block. So
I called Jaden Lucas next week, the season finale, the regular season finale, Woodland Hills on the road against Upper St. Clair. Daniel Jones will hand it off to Roddy Denard. He is going nowhere but down. That is a great read for West Allegheny to come up and make the play in the backfield for a loss of 3.
Yeah, we just haven't had a whole lot of success here getting that east to west run, getting to that outside corner and breaking it like we've seen Woodland Hills do in the past. So I think we're going to start looking at I think we need to go back to that the pro set. You know, kind of that last series, they kind of dumbed everything down a little bit, went back to basics, power football, run that thing between the tackles, and see what you can do.
Good tackle on the previous play by Mateo Vandamia. 2nd and 13. Jones, the throw, has plenty of time. He's going to throw it deep. That's a triple coverage. Taylor went up and almost made the catch inside of Kyle Guilfoyle. Also back on the play was Isaiah Crow. It is incomplete. He had time, really didn't have a lot of options, and maybe that's one he's fortunate that wasn't picked off.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not in love with the decision here. I think maybe he's got all his time here. When he comes left, you can see he had some room out here to run.
I'm always in favor to try to get the ball to Taylor, but not in triple coverage.
Not in triple coverage. Again, we've said it time and time again. If you got one-on-one with Taylor, throw it every time. But I think West Allegheny is keyed on that. You know, watching the films, something we like to do is run some ISOs with him, and they're running the coverage kind of favoring his side, not allowing him to get that single coverage. Whitehurst
and Taylor are split to the near side with Taylor in the slot to the left. He'll draw play to Denard on 3rd and 13. He's going to pick up first down and more. 40-45, breaks a tackle across midfield down the near sideline inside the 35 and angled out of bounds right there. But Rodney Denard, the biggest play from scrimmage for the Wolverines, gets all the way to the West Allegheny 34-yard line.
Really nice play call there. Again, that's 3rd and long. And as we said on the play before, they're rolling that coverage. They had 4 guys in the secondary covering our 2 receivers out here, which leaves that the box kind of bare a little bit. Nice, almost like a draw play there. Kind of surprised him up the middle and let number 9 do what he does.
42-yard pickup is what he did on that play. 1st and 10 inside the 35 of West Allegheny. Biggest play from scrimmage for either team. A delay, and Denard will cut it up and underneath. He'll maybe get a yard. Good penetration up front by West Allegheny to deny Denard as the penetration came up. Brent Mangold on the stop. Denard held to a 1-yard pickup.
Yeah, just not much room there. Didn't get a really good kick out there by the backside guard. Really nice job at the defensive end there for West Allegheny.
He got underneath Hilliard.
He got underneath, and he kind of turned him outside and got his body in the way of the hole there. That's disciplined football, knowing your assignment. Again, he didn't make a great play. He didn't make the tackle, but he made the right play and allowed somebody else to come up and make the tackle.
2nd down and 9 after the 1-yard pickup for Denard. The wide receiver, either way, Woodland Hills is going to have to take a timeout. Wrong personnel. A long time to get the play in. Tim Bostard takes a timeout with 2:36 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break as well. It is 7-0 lead for West Allegheny. You're tuned into the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back at West Allegheny High School, an important drive for the Wolverines, down 7-0. Points have been at a premium, obviously, by that score. Both defenses have played well. 2nd and 9 after the Wolverines picked up a big 42-yard run by Rodney Denard on this drive. They'll set personnel. They'll send a man in motion. Crabbing to the far side is Josh Rawlings, and running to his right is Denard. Shake and bake move, trying to get the corner, and he does, but it's going to be short yardage, maybe a pickup of 1. Good job to string it out by Woodland Hills, and Anthony Totkis brings down Denard. We'll call it 3rd and 8.
Yeah, again, we're not getting that stretch play. I'm not sure what exactly is going on the front side. The tight end didn't quite get that hook block the way you want to, and the backside was flowing hard enough that Roddy didn't have that cut up. You know, on the zone blocking, the tight end, when he stretches out like that, if he can't make the hook, he's supposed to run him out. You could see Denard tried to cut it inside, but that backside flow kind of clogged the hole up and didn't let him get any kind of penetration.
Then we get an official timeout, maybe some misdirection for Woodland Hills. Their biggest play came on that draw play, but we haven't seen a lot of misdirection. Daniel Jones threw for 36 yards in the first half. But the Wolverines only had 31 yards rushing in the first 2 quarters of play tonight, so credit the West Allegheny defense on that. Both defenses have been pretty good here this evening. Brent Mangold was injured. He's going to be helped off for the Indians, mostly under his own power, though. So,
I might be a little biased here, but I'd like to see something go to the tight end straight off the line of scrimmage. I mean, if you look at this near side tight end, if he gets past that first linebacker, quick little pop pass, we got the first down.
3rd and 8, Denard straight up the gut, nothing doing. He is drilled back. Anthony Delavade, one of the players there first. That is no gain for Denard. It's going to be 4th down and long.
Yeah, it's that Duquesne whistle coming through that line again. Delavade's having a really nice game here. We've said his name how many times now. Nice job there getting through that line of scrimmage, making a nice tackle.
I think it was Nico Flatty as well. He made the first contact. So another big 4th down.
Yeah, I'm impressed by any freshman that gets to sniff the field, for this level of football. But to come out here in this kind of game and play as well as number 9 has, I'm pretty impressed.
Daniel Jones will roll out to the near side, sets up, fires. There's your pass to the tight end, and it is caught for a first down by Joshua Rawlings.
Wasn't exactly the play
there
call I was looking for, but
offensive coordinator in you after all.
There used to be at some point. That wasn't exactly the play call I was looking for, but I always like the waggle. I always like knowing that the quarterback knows that tight end's supposed to be the primary receiver. But I'll tell you what, Whitehurst, if you can see him right there, man, that backside post was wide open. I think that might come into play later down the game.
That's the first catch all season for Joshua Rawlings.
Wow.
He does a lot of the dirty work. He plays well on defense.
Believe me, I know about the dirty work of the tight end for Woodland Hills. You're an outside tackle.
1st and 10 at the 29. Denard trying to get the right edge. He has it inside the 20, inside the 15, and leaning forward to the 12. He'll pick up 10 and a first down for Woodland Hills.
Really nice play there. And Rodney Denard he gets the ball, and if he's got any kind of a little bit of a split opening, he is so explosive. I mean, all 3 of those guys that run the ball for Woodland Hills have that explosive speed.
It'll be less than a yard, so he doesn't get the first down. Right near the 12. 2 big plays on this drive. The 42-yard pickup on 3rd and long on the draw by Denard, and the 4th and 8 completion.
Nice job there by
Rawlings.
Micah Lucas. Something you don't see often. The backside tackle actually pulled and made a hook block out there to free him up to go to the outside. Really nice job.
3rd quarter is in the books. Well, the only score of the game came in the 2nd quarter, and it is the reason that the Indians are in the lead. The run by Tyler Gallant at the 8:57 mark. It's been 7-0 since then. The Wolverines are on the march. They're inside the West Allegheny 15. That is where we'll start quarter number 4. We'll take a break. You're tuned into the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, all presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Serving the Turtle Creek Valley and surrounding areas for over 111 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home is pleased to announce the opening of their new crematory at their Turtle Creek location. Families choosing cremation can have added peace of mind, knowing that their loved one never leaves the care of Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, and that our crematory is used exclusively for the families we serve.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
As we get ready for the start of quarter number 4, the Woodland Hills Wolverines are on the march. They have a second and short, second and less than a yard at the 13-yard line of West Allegheny with Rick McIntyre, Bob Workwis, and the entire Woodland Hills Football Network staff here in Imperial, Pennsylvania. And we talked about a little bit earlier in the third quarter, Rick, of the player of the game and the play of the game maybe to be undecided. Maybe it's happening right now on this drive. The Wolverines had their best field position since their first 2 drives of the game.
Yeah, this is a nice long drive here. There haven't been any, mental errors, none of the bad penalties that we've seen. Some of the offsides, the holdings, and things like that. What I'm looking for right now is, again, maintain that discipline. And every drive since that, first quarter, seems like we get a little bit of momentum, and then we're slipping. The ball's slipping out of our hand. So I want to see good, clean handoffs and protect the ball at all costs here. Don't go crazy trying to get that extra yard if you're going to be coughing up the pigskin.
Daniel Jones on a sneak, play action, or you just keep it simple and keep running it?
I think you go with what's been working here so far in this, towards the end of that third quarter. I think you got to keep him honest, and every once in a while we're going to have to drop back and throw that deep ball to try and keep those safeties out and respecting Nazir Taylor and trying to keep him from
what's
that
been
one-on-one.
working on this drive, number 9,
Mm-hmm.
as I show the fans at home, when the camera's not on us, we do a lot of this communicating back and forth. But Rodney Denard has been good on this drive. He's a 42-yard run. He had a 9-yard run on the previous play. The big play on this drive outside of the draw to Denard was that 4th and 8 completion to Joshua Rawlings.
Yeah, that was a really nice play call. Actually, very well executed. Jones did a nice job getting out there, getting into open ground, finding the open man, delivered a pretty nice ball there. Nice catch, gets the first down, that's everything you want out of that play.
Earlier I mentioned that Upper St. Clair was non-conference. They are in conference tonight. They're leading the Allegheny 9 Conference at 6-0. They are hosting Hampton. West Allegheny and Woodland Hills are 4-1 or 5-1. Fox Chapel has a game lead on North Hills. If the Foxes win this week, they are the final playoff team in 5A, the final playoff team, obviously, in the Allegheny 9. They do reverse that, so call it a first down. They said it was second and short. They do make it a first down.
We picked up a yard between the quarters.
Denard fakes left, cuts it back up inside the 10. Good job to spin to the 8 for a pickup of 4 by Rodney Denard. The fullback, Christopher Jones, went to the left, but Denard didn't see anything, so he did a good job to cut it back up in between the guard and tackle.
Yeah, he makes a really nice read here. Nice kick out there again by Lucas. And
that's where the hole was, to the inside.
Yep, makes a nice play. And that's what we need on those first downs. You pick up 5 yards on a running play first down, it kind of opens up your offense a little bit.
Tackled by Brent Mangold, who's back for the Indians. Denard stutter step, and he had to. He lost the football, and it rolls towards the end zone. And the Indians have it at the 1-yard line. 4th turnover of the game for Woodland Hills.
Again, it's exactly what we talked about coming back from the break. That is the exact worst-case scenario here for Woodland Hills. Really nice drive going. And, yeah, that ball just squirted out of there. And, again, it kind of like what I said, maybe don't go crazy trying to pick up that extra yard. I mean, I love the effort. He was trying to get positive yardage, but you got to protect that ball above anything else.
Now the defense needs to come up with a big stand.
It'd be nice to see a little reciprocity here in the turnover department.
Reciprocity?
Wasn't that a Police album?
That's monosyllabic.
That's multisyllabic.
Yeah, multisyllabic.
I usually speak in mono. A lot of grunts and
You threw me
groans.
off there. Synchronicity was the police album. With an official timeout, the West Allegheny coaching staff was wanting a touchback, but the ball was inside the 1. So the defense can keep field position in favor of the Wolverines on the stand.
Yeah, this is kind of a tough spot for West A because they don't have the time here and the ground behind them to run all the misdirections and things. They're going to kind of have to come straight forward and deal with this big beef on the Woodland Hills defensive line.
They go under center for the first time in this game. Backed up inside their own 1 with Cam Cruz. He's just going to sneak it, and he's not going to get much at all. Maybe a yard.
Yeah, again, I think this is kind of a handicap of this offensive style is when you're backed up like this, you don't have the room to run the plays that you
There's
want.
no kind of about it. That's a great call. You can't take the time and do all that misdirection in your own end zone.
No, not with a 7-point lead this late in the game. That's throwing the dice pretty heavy.
No gain, 2nd and 10 at the 1. This time Weber comes in. He kneels down. That's generally the player who takes the snap. And Weber is in the Wildcat. In the power pistol with Vandamia and Totkis as the fullbacks in front of him. Weber takes it, right up the gut he goes, and he's going to get to the 3. That's a pickup of 2. It's 3rd and 8, and it might be the biggest play of the game forthcoming right now for Woodland Hills.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on this defensive team right now for Woodland Hills, this is the entire season kind of coming to a head right here. This is the play you want to be in there for if you're a competitor. This is the opportunity to step up and shine, make the big play. Really nice tackle there. Again, when they don't have that misdirection advantage, our defense is right on top.
And if you want a shot at the conference championship, you need a win here tonight if you're the Wolverines. 3rd and 9. They just give that a 1-yard pickup. Ball is inside the 3. Cruz will be at the quarterback slot. The Indians have to take a timeout with that play clock running down. We'll step away as well. 9:21 to go, 4th quarter. West Allegheny 7, Woodland Hills nothing. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
LG3 Entertainment is a first-class disc jockey and karaoke entertainment company that serves the Pittsburgh and surrounding areas. They offer a wide range of music entertainment for weddings, anniversaries, school dances, corporate events, and more. They also offer beautiful chair cover linen rentals to give your event the elegance it deserves. They offer many more services, so go to their website today and see why so many choose LG3 Entertainment for the best in family fun entertainment.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back at West Allegheny High School on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Bob Workers, Rick McIntyre, huge 3rd and 8. 3rd and 9 almost for the Indians inside their own 5 after Denard fumbled for the Woodland Hills Wolverines on a pretty nice drive that the Wolverines had going.
Yeah, again, we talked about it coming out of, into that drive. We need to maintain possession of the ball. What was that, our 4th turnover?
4 turnovers, 3 fumbles, and an interception.
Yeah, and I think we had another fumble that we recovered.
Maybe a couple of those.
Yeah, so we got to get better about holding on to that ball if we want to win this conference and we want to win tonight. But on that line, if we lose tonight but we win next Friday against Upper St. Clair, that essentially puts 3 teams at the 6-1 spot. Am I right?
Ask me that question again. I was distracted by your ring falling to the floor there.
Sorry about that. Never mind. I think I was doing some bad math.
We got Weber as a sidecar with Cruz. Cruz looks like he's going to take the snap. He'll roll to the right, does Cam Cruz. Fires underneath, and I think they got a first down at the 15.
Yeah, it was a nice catch there. Pretty nice throw.
That was Guilfoyle.
Little soft spot in the zone. Pretty gutsy call there to kind of roll his quarterback out with short yardage behind him. That's a big play for WA. They keep possession, move the sticks, keep the clock rolling.
So it was Guilfoyle. I think it was Jake Davis who made that catch.
I mean, that's a gutsy move, having your quarterback rolling out, in his own end zone when you're not necessarily a pass-oriented team.
was Jake Davis. Pickup of 13. First and 10 at the 15 now for the Indians. They'll direct snap it, cutting up the gut. It is Weber. Well, Nico Flatty takes it. Good job to pick up about 8 on first down for the freshman.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a hole there, but he just kind of sneaks his little frame through there and just gets through enough to get to that second level. Picks up a nice gain there, about 7 yards.
Flatty will come back into the Wildcat. 7-yard pickup. Sidney Summers on the tackle for Woodland Hills. 8:25 clock turns, fourth quarter. 7-0 lead for the Indians. Back into that Wildcat with Flatty to take the direct snap. Follows the sidecar to the right, tripped up. Keeps his balance, and he'll pick up a first down to the 31-yard line, maybe the 32.
Well, Nazir Taylor really close to the whistle there. Didn't see the number there, but he kind of threw the blocker down. Some coaches on the WA side looking for a flag, but it was just inside the flag. But games like this, when it's this physical, this close and this much on the line, things tend to, like I say, get a little chippy there, between the lines.
Ball's at the 27, actually. Maybe back to the 26, so just the 3-yard pickup for Flatty, but another first down. Back in that Wildcat set for the Indians with Weber. He'll hand it off inside, reverse to Flatty, coming to the near side. He runs right into Jaden Lucas.
Really nice play there, Jaden Lucas. Steps up, makes a nice read. Man, he delivered a really heavy blow there on the ball carrier. He's going to feel that tomorrow.
Good tackle by Lucas on that inside reverse and the jet sweep to the near side by the freshman Flatty. Lucas actually drove him back.
He did. And he was kind of flat-footed when he made the hit. That's pretty impressive. It's a strong kid.
Second and 8. Weber in the Wildcat with Totkis to the right. He's going to throw, fakes the quick pop, has to come to the near side. Oliver stopped that pass and then making the tackle, hanging on Caleb Brevard. He drops Weber down, but not before he got to the 35. He'll be a yard short of the first down.
Yeah, pretty nice job there to fake big number 7 up to block that pass, kind of frees him up a little bit, get to the outside, breaks another tackle. Yeah, pretty quick thinking here. I mean, the minute he pump faked that, he was on the ground running. And he almost gets enough there, drags his man that almost picks up that first down.
He's about half a yard short.
Yeah,
good spin move at the end.
Very nice.
To drag Brevard for an extra yard or two.
And here we are again, another big third down for this Woodland Hills defense.
Weber with Totkis in the shotgun. Sidecar to the right is Totkis. Weber will come to the near side. He'll spin off a tackle and pick up the first down. Brevard got him. Meredith almost tripped him up, but Weber needed a half a yard. He picked up 2.
Yeah, pretty nice effort there by the defense. They couldn't quite get him down on that first hit. Nice effort here to spin off a tackle right here. Right there, he's down behind the line of scrimmage. Keeps his feet, gets just enough past it, move the sticks, keep the ball, and keep that. The enemy of Woodland Hills right now is that clock and those first down sticks moving.
74 yards in his return to action for Will Weber. Missing several games with an ankle injury. Trips come to the near side. Let's see if they run to the near side. Nico Flatty, the freshman, in. He's going to run right up the gut. Flatty is tripped up. He'll pick up 3 to the 40.
Looked like a little movement there on the right side of the West Allegheny offensive line. I'm not sure if he got reset again. Yeah, he must have reset before they snapped. But
Woodland Hills was going and driving what was potentially a game-tying score. And the Indians recovered the Denard fumble inside their own 1, and they've driven out to their own 40. They've taken a lot of time off the clock.
Yeah, that's what they want to do right now. I don't see this ball going in the air anytime soon.
They go back to that Wildcat. A pistol look with Gallant, who has the game's only touchdown in. And now we get a whistle. They were going to run with Gallant, and it's going to be a pre-snap penalty against the Indians. False start with 5 minutes to go. It's going to bring the ball back to the 35. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, that could actually be a pretty significant penalty there. It takes them into, 2nd and long here, but Woodland Hills can make a nice stop don't fall for the misdirections. Key on your assignments, get some penetration and make a play here. It might force West Allegheny into putting that ball in the air. We might see our play of the game here coming.
Cam Cruz comes in to play quarterback. He has twins to the right, sidecar to his right. Van Damia, their top receiver, to the near boundary. He'll fake it. Cruz is going to run right. He'll put his shoulder down. Good leg drive to get those penalty yards back. It's going to be 3rd down and about 7. A Woodland Hills player is down on his back at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, looks like maybe a cramp situation. He's not rolling around in a whole lot of pain, but needs a little bit of attention.
I want to say it may be Micah Lucas.
Yeah, it looks like that 5 out there. Looks like it. See Coach D'Amico out there taking care of him. Yep, there's that toe stretch.
I think one of those cramp rule bars that those should
come near me with one of those when I have a cramp.
You don't like those? I think they should be standard issue.
No, sir. Stretch it out.
Sometimes you can't.
Yeah, believe me, I know.
That's what the problem is. They're trying to stretch out the left leg of Micah Lucas. We'll take a break as Lucas is rolling around. 7-0 West Allegheny, 4:24 to go. 4th quarter. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Whether you need a new website or want to improve your existing site, Web Landings can serve your needs. Web Landings provides professional, easy-to-maintain websites for businesses, organizations, and individuals. Discover more at weblandings.com and find out how editing your site can be as easy as using a word processor. Plus, we offer 1 year of free hosting for any website developed. Visit weblandings.com today.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Drive, and they've only gone 40 yards.
10:52, thanks. Thank you. Back at West Allegheny, the fumble by Denard came at 10:52. So they've already taken over 6 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, about 6.5 minutes, and they've gone about 40 yards.
Another huge 3rd down.
Yeah, here we are again. This is the third big one here, and this is the time for Woodland Hills to really rise and shine here. Make a big play, make this splash play, get the ball back, and see what we can do.
Big play on this drive, a 3rd and 8 conversion on a pass to Jake Davis of 13 yards to the 15.
I'll tell you what I've been impressed with all night from this West Allegheny team is no matter who it is running out of the Wildcat, who's got the ball, they're getting hit almost immediately, and their ability to maintain their feet, keep their feet moving, keep those knees churning, and they're picking up 4 or 5 yards after first contact on almost every play. We haven't seen too many plays where we're stopping them behind the line of scrimmage.
West Allegheny on 3rd down and 7. And Cruz is back. He gets pressure. They reset the route. Pass is intercepted by Anthony Meredith on the near sideline at the 42.
There it is. There's that splash play. Again, that the penalty set up a little bit longer yardage than they wanted. Defense makes a couple nice stops. They kind of force them into a throwing distance here. And there's just nothing going. Really nice coverage all the way down the field. Nice contained by the defensive line. And I'll tell you what, if he doesn't intercept this ball, 21 was coming to make the play, and he was 4 yards out of bounds before that happened. So I think that would end up being a penalty against West Allegheny anyway.
Meredith, the 2nd turnover, the 2nd interception by the Wolverines tonight. So 3:58, here we go. Little direct snap at Nazir Taylor running to the far side, stiff arm, tries to cut it back, now cuts it back and tried to get to the left edge, and he's dropped for a no gain. Well, Nazir Taylor just did a good job to try to keep that going. Not necessarily the greatest snap on the direct snap in the Wildcat.
No, that was a little bit shaky. But I tell you, this defense for West Allegheny, their linebacking core and their defensive linemen, they move laterally really well to get out there and make tackles on the outside.
Taylor back in the Wildcat. And maybe West Allegheny jumped into the neutral zone, or were they drawn into the neutral zone?
Looked to me like that's going to go against White.
It is procedure against the Wolverines. 2nd and 10 becomes 2nd and 15.
Another kind of a funky snap there. Kind of floated a little bit. It's starting to make me a little nervous. As bad as we've been with ball management this evening.
Ball security, 4 turnovers, 3 fumbles lost, and 2 more for Woodland Hills.
Yes, I mean, again, that's above everything, is we have to maintain possession of this ball.
They bring back in Daniel Jones into the shotgun sidecar to his right. Twins either way with Denard slotted to the near side. Keep an eye on that. Jones will look to throw. Forced out. Now tries to run back the other way. Getting pressure from Van Damia. Daniel Jones is going to pick up 2 to avoid the sack, but West Allegheny will take that as a win. It's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and 13.
Yeah, there wasn't really much developing downfield. Didn't have anything there to go to. Makes 1 read, 2 reads. Looks at his last man there, and there's just nowhere to get the ball to. Does a nice job here to escape a sack. Kind of want to see him just turn it up there and get to the sidelines. But he's trying to make that bigger play down the field.
On the last drive, Denard picked up a big 3rd down conversion on 3rd and long with a draw play, and a 4th down conversion was a pass to Joshua Rawlings. Shotgun for Jones.
Here comes the snake.
Right in the middle. He gets the happy feet. Trying to roll out. Maybe he should have stayed back there. He can't throw it, and he's dropped for a loss of 1 on a sack on the far sideline. The sack was made by Brent Mangold.
Yeah, that time just little penetration there. It looks like, I'm not sure who there came off the right side. Jones just never got a good look at the left side of the field. There was some plays developing downfield that, it looked like he had a couple open men. Just couldn't quite get to him, couldn't see it down the field.
The play of the game right here, 4th and 15.
Yeah, this is ball game.
The line to gain is the West Allegheny 47. The ball is at the Woodland Hills 38.
The crowd's got the press box shaking.
And Woodland Hills has to take a timeout with the shot clock, or the shot clock, the play clock winding down. We'll step away as well. A break for the play of the game. When we come back, 7-0 West Allegheny with 1:18 to go in quarter number 4. You're tuned into the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
4th down, 15.
So Woodland Hills takes their 2nd timeout. 4th down and 15. Jones in the shotgun takes the snap. He's going to roll right. He's pressured. He's going to be sacked at the 30-yard line.
That's disappointing. You can't let that happen to the offensive line. It seemed like we had the numbers there. They were dropped back in pretty, deep protect coverage. I mean, they're sending 4 guys. We got 6.
Nico Flatty, the freshman.
Yeah, my man Bird just kind of flailed and let him get inside.
So a pair of sacks, and that is it on this drive, and that might be it in this game.
Barring a huge play here, we got to look to strip the ball here at any given opportunity.
I'm not sure if you're West Allegheny, you fool around with it. Although keep in mind, their only loss for West Allegheny came late in the game, which they lost in overtime to Upper St. Clair when they botched a snap on a shotgun.
Yeah, that's right. But no.
Snap it to Cruz, and he's going to take a knee. And Woodland Hills only has one timeout remaining.
He will take the knee. Woodland Hills, final timeout of the game. Woodland Hills will take their final timeout.
So a tough loss to take for the Wolverines. They started this game with, well, barring a miracle, it's going to be a loss.
Yeah, looking at Coach Samps out there, this game ain't over yet in his eyes. Yeah, I'm sure he's out there telling this, this defense they're not going to do anything, they're not going to do anything crazy. But I think they're going to have to snap the ball once, aren't they?
Twice.
So
once here after the timeout, and maybe one more.
Right. So I think they may end up running a play from scrimmage, and if they do, I mean, all hands trying to get to that ball and make it, strip the ball.
They're going to shotgun and kneel. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Just like they did on the first play with Cruz.
Well, let's hope for one of those bad snaps. They haven't had one yet tonight.
Big play in this game early in the fourth quarter. Ronnie Denard fumbled near the 5-yard line. The Indians recovered as Woodland Hills was marching for a game-tying touchdown. Cruz is just going to shimmy backwards, take some extra time off the clock, and kneels down at the 41. They may have to snap it twice, depending on when they set this ball. The ball's been set, but the play clock didn't start, so that's being kept on the field.
Yeah, picked up about 20 seconds there.
Really? 20 seconds.
It was, I think, 106 whenever the whistle was
I'm not understanding why that happened.
I don't either. I think they're just trying to get on the bus and get out of here.
So all you got to do is snap it one more time and take a knee if you're West Allegheny, and they do. Cruz kneels at the 46, and that's going to do it. A valiant effort defensively by Woodland Hills, but turnovers really the undoing of Woodland Hills tonight. And the big turnover on the game-tying, would have been the game-tying drive at least. The other turnover, Noah Ledford interception, led to the only score of the game by Tyler Gallant in 8:57 remaining in the second quarter. That's your only score. Woodland Hills loses on the road here tonight against West Allegheny by a score of 7-0. We'll be back with our post-game show right after this. You are tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network and also the Trib Live High School Sports Network, all presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
ABOS Opticians on Braddock Avenue in Braddock is your one-stop optical shop. With hundreds of the latest frame styles and lenses, the skilled opticians at ABOS will help select and fit the best eyewear option for you. Plus, ABOS Opticians is the best eyewear repair facility in the area. No matter what your eyewear needs are, make ABOS Opticians your opticians. Call ABOS Opticians at 412-271-4424 or visit abosopticians.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
West Allegheny with Rick McIntyre, Bob Workwis on the MSA, on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and the Woodland Hills Football Network. The victory was much needed for Woodland Hills. They had a chance at the conference championship with a 5-1 record in a game next week against the conference leader, Upper St. Clair at 6-0, but barring an upset tonight and an upset with West Allegheny, still an outside chance at the conference championship. But West Allegheny's at Moon, and Upper St. Clair was playing Hampton tonight.
That's a pretty outside chance there.
Disappointing loss tonight for Woodland Hills. They had opportunities, especially early. They had one early in the fourth quarter as well, and Denard fumbled the football, and that was it. The Indians at home withstand Woodland Hills, Rick, and they have a 7-0 victory. Only score of the game, 8:57 left in the second quarter. Our scoring summary, not an in-depth one. Tyler Gallant, a 3-yard run after a Ledford interception and a big run of 39 yards on that drive by Gallant.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, the Woodland Hills defense played really solid tonight. I'm not sure what West Allegheny ended up their yardage-wise, throughout the game, but didn't really let up, except for that, the one splash play of the 39-yarder. It really didn't let up any big plays. Did a good job controlling the line of scrimmage.
We'll be back to talk about this game some more right after this. Your final from West Allegheny, the Indians 7 and the Wolverines nothing. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com. The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale is a proud sponsor of the Wolverines and has been serving the Woodland Hills community for nearly 70 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're gonna love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back at West Allegheny High School with Rick McIntyre, Bob Workwist. It's the Woodland Hills Football Network post-game show. West Allegheny wins tonight 7-0 at home against Woodland Hills to go to 6-1 in the conference. Woodland Hills drops to 5-2. Still an outside chance that Woodland Hills could gain the conference championship, a slice of it anyway, depending on the game tonight between Upper St. Clair and Hampton. The effort was there tonight, Rick. The execution, not so much for Woodland Hills.
Yeah, the execution was sporadic at best. Again, the theme of the game was, we just could not hold the ball all game. A couple drop passes, a couple bad snaps, obviously a couple big-time crucial fumbles there. The late one there after that nice drive when we're almost into the end zone, I think obviously was the backbreaker.
I think the other thing, you have to give credit to West Allegheny for this. Last week against Moon, the Wolverines had 356 yards rushing. Under 100 tonight. Roddy Denard had a pretty good second half, but still, you shut down West Allegheny, being the U. They shut down the Woodland Hills rushing attack here this evening.
Yeah, I think most of the good second half Rodney had was on that drive where it unfortunately ended in that fumble. Again, I just can't say it enough. You can't turn the ball over 4 or 5 times, put the ball on the turf that many times, and you're not going to come away with a win against a team as disciplined and as strong as West Allegheny.
I think one other factor, and you touched on it a couple times, was the return of Will Weber. I think, number one, that gave the offense confidence for West Allegheny. Even though they didn't put up big numbers, he had 84 yards on his return. But you mentioned it several times, more than several times. He was the player predominantly that was hit behind the line of scrimmage, still got positive yardage, drives, sustaining yardage.
Yeah, it's just whoever has the biggest heart and puts the most effort out is going to win those individual battles. And like I said it earlier, maybe in the second half, that I was really impressed with a couple kids from West Allegheny really picking up a lot of yardage, after first contact. And those are the things that win these close games.
4-game winning streak is snapped for Woodland Hills as they drop to 5-4 overall and 5-2 in the Allegheny 9 Conference. West Allegheny improves to 7-1, and they are 6-1, and they would then become Woodland Hills fans because to get a chance next week, had a shot at the conference championship, they would need Woodland Hills to knock off Upper St. Clair. And again, it's all dependent on what the Panthers do tonight against Hampton. That's the next game for.
I think I can guess.
I'm pretty sure too. The next game for Woodland Hills is on the road against Upper St. Clair. You can see it here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. You can hear it on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. West Allegheny closes their season on the road, not very far on the road, as they'll take on the Moon Tigers. But they, again, are 6-1 still. They have a head-to-head tiebreaker now against the Woodland Hills Wolverines. So you need to tune in to what happens next week. We have 2 pieces of business remaining. When we come back from break, we'll choose the Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home Play of the Game. And also we will bring you the State Senator Jay Costa Player of the Game right here on the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, with locations in East Pittsburgh and Turtle Creek, is a member of the Hall of Excellence of the National Funeral Directors Association. This reflects the same pursuit of excellence by our Woodland Hills football team, cheerleaders, marching band, students, staff, and faculty. For over 110 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been honored to serve local families and to be a proud partner of the Woodland Hills communities. Bush Brothers Car Care Center in Swissvale has been a Monongahela Avenue institution for nearly 30 years. Bush Brothers is a full-service mechanic and tire shop for all types of vehicles. Whether you need mechanical work, alignment, state inspection, emissions testing, new tires, or just an oil change, Bush Brothers is the place for you. Bush Brothers Car Care Center, Monongahela Avenue in Swissvale, or give Martin and Jason a call at 412-351-5342. There are few things that guys like more than a great haircut at a real barbershop. And at the Barber's Inn on Washington Avenue in Swissvale, you'll find both. Plus, you can relax in style on supple leather sofas while watching their big screen HD TV. You can even shoot some pool while you wait. But most importantly, you'll walk out the door with a haircut or shave you're sure to love. Walk-ins are always welcome at the Barber's Inn in Swissvale. For more information, call 412-271-7434. And remember, real men come to the Barber's Inn. Today's broadcast of Woodland Hills football is brought to you by the Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Club. Since 1905, Rotary clubs across the globe have brought business and professional leaders together to provide humanitarian services, encourage high ethical standards in all vocations, and to advance goodwill and peace around the world. The Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Club meets every Friday at noon at Shelley Pie. Rotary, service above self.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Rick McIntyre, Bob Orquist, we bring you our post-game awards, the Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home Play of the Game. There were a couple interceptions tonight for Woodland Hills. We go back to the second one, which was an Anthony Meredith interception. It gave Woodland Hills their last chance. It was after that fumble, and then the impressive thing for West Allegheny, they took over 6 minutes off the clock. Woodland Hills did get the ball back on the Meredith interception on the near sideline, but they were unable to move the football. But it gave them one last chance at trying to tie the game. Yeah,
again, we were talking about it, during that drive, and this was the chance for somebody on the defense to step up and make that splash play and have that impact play for the game. And that had the best potential to make that happen. And so I think for that is warranted for the play of the game.
Well, Meredith did a good job on defense tonight, although rushing-wise he was held to just 18 yards, so West Allegheny did a good job of shutting him down. His interception is our Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home Play of the Game. Our State Senator Jay Costa, Player of the Game defensively for Woodland Hills. We give it to the junior linebacker Michael Roman. He had not splash plays, but noticeable plays for negative yardage tonight against a pretty good and a pretty effective misdirection offense by West Allegheny.
Yeah, it's something I think we touched on earlier. Was 11 was all over the field. He was not making the big plays, but he was making the right plays. He was getting coming up to the line of scrimmage, getting into the mix. He was extremely, I think, as physical as I've ever seen him. This year, had some nice hits, and I think it was a tough call. I had a couple other numbers in mind. But I think his effort overall, play-by-play throughout the game, I think earned him the player of the game tonight.
Roman had that big tackle earlier in the first half with just one arm on the back of the ball carrier. Will Weber, I believe it was. We won't mention that it was close to being a face mask.
Yeah, it was more than close.
There was no flag on the play, so Michael Roman
no flag, no foul.
is our choice for the State Senator Jay Costa player of the game. That's it from West Allegheny High School. Tyler Gallant's touchdown, the only score of the game. West Allegheny shuts out Woodland Hills by a score of 7-0. For Rick McIntyre, Bob Workwis, and for the entire Woodland Hills Football Network staff, we bid you a good night from West Allegheny. You've been tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network, brought to you by State Senator Jay Costa.
Today's broadcast of Wolverine football was presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Wolverine football is also brought to you by the Triangle Barn Grill, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, Bush Brothers Car Care, the Barbers Inn in Swissvale, A-Boss Opticians, the Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Club, Web Landings, and LG3 Entertainment. This broadcast has been a presentation of A.W. Gusky Productions and LG3 Entertainment. Copyright 2017.